did a really good job humanizing and telling each of their stories. Like I said, you find yourself, cheering for one or just learning about them. Like there's no way I thought Emma was going to break. And then when you tell that
Yeah.
story, I was just like, there's no way. I would have picked one of the other ones. But my question to you really
Right.
is, I love Seth to death, but if after 3 days, I'd be ready to kill Seth. Like, did they fight? Was there anything like I didn't see any of that in the film? Did it not happen?
It's a good, everyone always wants to know if they fought, which I totally get. They really didn't. And here's why. First of all, if they had, I don't know if I would have wanted to include it because I don't want to perpetuate this like cat fight stereotype. I didn't want to make the Real Housewives at sea, but I'm here to promise you that they really didn't fight. And the reason for that is because they trained extensively psychologically prior to the row as well as physically. So they worked with us, and I wasn't able to include a lot of this in the film. They worked with a sports psychologist, this wonderful guy named Keith, and he helped them come up with this like coded system of communication. So if they were frustrated, they said so right away. I mean, maybe men are more socialized to act this way, but for women, it's more like maybe more passive aggressive. Maybe you hold it in, maybe you like never bring it up. But this was totally the opposite, at least for how we're typically socialized as women. It was like, if you're frustrated, say so immediately, nip it in the bud, get over it, because you need each other so desperately. You literally cannot cross the ocean without one another. Like, what an incredible team building exercise every day. So they certainly got lonely and sad and frustrated. But in terms of fighting, the one fight that they did have, which they talked about in the blogs, was over a cup of noodles. It was really just about food. It was like they found some noodles in the bottom of the boat that they had like stashed away. And then there was this whole argument about how much each person should get based on what they already had rationed. It was a whole thing. But otherwise, they really didn't, which it was just adds to the extraordinary nature of the journey. And then I really liked how, for those who haven't seen the film, the boat had sort of, let's say, 4 seats on it, if you will. So there were 3 women who rode the entire journey from California to Australia, and then just imagine sort of 1 seat on the boat rotating. So when they got to Hawaii, they swapped one member, Izzy, for Lizanne, and then when they got to Samoa, they swapped Lizanne for Meg. So they had a new person each leg, which I think really helped them as well. Not just get in like a click mode or have their patterns, like to have a fresh person on the boat, seeing it all for the first time, trying the food, seeing the sunsets, being afraid of night rowing, like all of that stuff, to be able to share with someone new, I think gave them a great kind of refresh every leg too.
Yeah, and I thought Lizanne brought a new energy, and for that second leg, which was, oh man, that second leg was brutal.
It was supposed to take 60 days approximately from Hawaii to Samoa, and it took 97 days. They were literally in the doldrums. Like, people use that phrase all the time. They're like, in the doldrums. They literally had to row through the actual doldrums to get to Samoa. So just unbelievable. When they crossed the equator, so emotional. Just an unbelievable. And I definitely worried that they would be done in Samoa because they were so exhausted and because that second leg was so harrowing. I certainly wondered when I saw them in Samoa, like, are they going to quit? Are they maybe going to do the last leg another time? Like, I definitely was worried about that third leg, but they pulled it out.